There are a lot of people who want to start a business online or want to make some money on the side on the internet. But unfortunately, there's a lot of things that people just are not aware of when they get into this space. In this video, I'm going to share with you some truths behind making money online. All right, so as you're trying to start and scavenger the World Wide Web and figuring out, hey, how do I make some money online? Or how do I build a business? How do I start a blog? How do I sell video courses? There's a lot of avenues and paths that you could take, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's putting ads on a website, whether doing services on job sites and gig sites to be able to make some extra cash. However, there's some serious truths that you got to understand before you get into really this space and even making your first dollar online. And we're going to talk about that here today. Now, first truth number one is that your online presence must be thought about like a business. It's not necessarily just a hobby. So even though right now I have a YouTube channel and you're probably watching this on YouTube, you might also be watching it on our website. It's not just about showing the presence on YouTube. It's really much more than that. It's about having a business presence. Beyond that, there's products, there's services that you could offer. So for example, here we have courses, books, coaching, and even here in the resources, I have other divisions for our other businesses that we have, that my team does. For example, getting websites going, video editing services, podcast editing services, and ebook cover designs and proofreading and those kinds of things. So we have other divisions to the business, not just necessarily, hey, one thing, and that is kind of it. So that's kind of truth number one. Truth number two is you got to have the long-term game in mind. You see, a lot of people, what they're doing is they look at it, hey, I want to get into this space. I want to start making money right now. They want it yesterday. And sometimes it takes, a long time to get things going. It takes a while to get things operational. Now for you, it may take you 2 to 3 months. Other people may take 2 to 3 weeks to get things going and boom, they're making money. Some people, it takes 2 to 3 years to really bring them any sort of success or form of success that really is valuable to them. So you really have to understand that it does take time to making it happen. So have the long-term game in mind. What do you want to do? What products do you want to have? So that's truth number two. Truth number three, as we take a look at it further, is that there are more components that you have to master than you realize. So when I'm starting a business or a division or trying to get things going, there's always new things that are coming up. Even if I feel like, hey, I've got some business already going, it's stable, there's always new stuff that comes up. So for example, take for this business here, if I'm developing a course, there's always new ways to record courses. There's new ways to write books. They used to be paperback, now they're digital. There's new ways to deal with coaching. It used to be on the phone back 10 years ago. Now everything's by video. So things continue to evolve, and you might need to go in and learn how to go and set up a website. So this could be web hosting. You might need to set up a mailing list. You might need to know how to do webinars. So all these things take time, and there's a lot of components to it that you have to master. So if you don't realize these things, you have to constantly be learning, evolving, and developing to really making it happen and making it work. Okay, truth number four is let the ego go. You have to get rid of the embarrassment. It doesn't matter if you're basically on YouTube, on video space, or even if you're on your website presence where, let's say you're writing a blog and you go in here and you've got a blog going, and then you've got thumbnails. Maybe you're afraid of your thumbnails. Maybe you're afraid of maybe the content that's written in here. Now, for me, we pay assistants to be able to take care of this content, but all the spelling and grammar, it's not 100% accurate. If we were to do that with every post, it would take forever. But, it's there, 90% is there, but you can't be embarrassed about it. A lot of people, they get embarrassed about their face. They get embarrassed about what's happening, what's going on, their presence. You have to just let that go and just keep moving forward one step at a time. All right, let's look at truth number five. And that is, not everybody is nice. People hide behind the screen, and you can't please everybody. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the online space, is that there's always somebody that thinks they know better, but then again, you wonder, why are they watching your videos? They'll always comment something negative, even though you've taken the time to make a video here for them. And not to mention, they've searched for your video as well. So there's a lot of kind of people out there that are just going to be plain mean, regardless of the situation. Maybe they're having a bad day. So not everybody's going to be nice. And that's really a tough thing, because you can't please everybody. And that goes the same thing with the type of content you're delivering. If your content is simple or easy, then people say, well, you got to go more in depth. Well, in that case, you might say, well, I have paid courses for that. Other people say the subject is too complex. You should have went in more detail. So again, you just won't be able to please everybody. So just understand that you're just pushing content out there and hoping it's attracting the right audience and the right type of people. Okay, let's look at truth number 6, and that is you will compare yourself to others, and it can be draining. So no matter what space you're in, whatever industry, whatever niche, there's going to be other people out there, whether that's other people who are on YouTube, other websites, other blogs, other people making more money, less money. They're creating things differently, they're setting things up, their thumbnails are different. You're going to be comparing yourself to others. And that's just the nature of it. If you're having a hard time with this, just block those things out. The way to do that is stop watching other content, stop following other people. And this will help you have a clear mind, clear focus on what you're doing. And that'll eliminate all this comparison much more so, and allow you to focus on you, yourself, and your business. All right, truth number 7 is running an online business is not instant gratification. Just like we talked about before, it takes time. It takes a lot of time and effort to get things going, to get things moving. You have to look at it from the long term. It's not going to happen right away. You have to be patient with the end game. So it's not just that you're going to put up a blog, a YouTube channel, and things are going to happen. Yes, for some people that does happen, and that's part of the luck of the draw. And sometimes they just done things right. Part of it's luck, and it all just mixes together and boom, boom, boom for them. But in a lot of forms, it does take a lot of time, and it's not going to happen right away. So be persistent, keep pushing yourself to keep moving forward one step at a time, and eventually things will start lining up for you in the future. All right, truth number 8, you will have multiple versions of your business before it is successful. So prepare for constant change. Just like we've talked about that things can constantly evolve, your business at the beginning might be a blog-based business, meaning you're writing a lot. Later on, that writing might transform into video content, and then you take the videos and convert them into a blog like you've seen right here, which is something that we do. So here I've created a video, and then we upload it to a podcast, and then we have the written form and the images extracted directly from the video itself. So this is something that basically you could do, and it's going to constantly evolve and change. So at the beginning, you might be focused on, let's say, one type of product. Like, let's say you're focusing on blog-based products. Later on, you might be focused on other types of products. So it really just depends on your space and how the industry is evolving. So you might need to be prepared for change, because it's going to happen, and embrace it as it happens. Look at truth number 9. The first few products that you create will probably fail. So if you're trying to create courses, for example, right here we have a handful of different courses. And this is just one of my divisions. So we have Backstage Income, and you can see there's a handful of courses, but not all of them are that successful, I would say. There's a few like core products, but they're not all successful. And here's my other website, Rise to Learn, which is where we sell all of our stock trading and investing, basically option trading, education. And in here, if you look at all the courses, this one I have many more courses on, because this is actually my primary business. And when we look at this, again, not every single one is a, full-fledged success story. In fact, some of them are failures, and others do quite well. So it's a mix. You have to understand that this business is going to be a set or series of successes. So you're going to aim for 20 products maybe, and out of that 20, maybe 7 or 10 are very successful, 5 are mediocre, and 3, 4, or 5 are, not doing that well at all. So depending on what space you're in, you might have some successes and some complete failures. So prepare for basically some failures, especially at the beginning as you're learning things. It takes a while to get things going. So don't be too perfect about everything that you're doing in a course, a product, ebook, that kind of thing, because a lot of them will fail at the beginning, and you're just constantly learning to evolve and see what to do next. All right, let's look at truth number 10, and that is most people quit right before the finish line. So push yourself to be better. So for example, if we're looking kind of at this trend here, and we go in, let's say like your blog is starting to grow, or your online business is kind of growing and growing. And then eventually what you don't see is that you'll probably start ramping things up, and the success path will start going kind of more like this and really accelerating. So if this is our timeline, and let's just say this is our income that's coming in. So this is our money. A lot of people are, they're quitting right here. So they quit kind of right before this huge acceleration path. And that's kind of a tough thing to do, right? This is what happens quite a lot. And I've talked to people, I've seen people, it's kind of like they've been doing things for a while, and they just kind of quit. Ideally, if you're thinking about even quitting, just, you're better off to just let things stir in a crock pot and just, slow things down and let them do their thing and then see if things will pick back up. Because in order for you to have like a domain and a website, those things, they don't take a long time and they're not very expensive to kind of maintain. So if you just maintain a website, basic web maintenance, and keep that domain running, it shouldn't be that expensive. But if you've got this crock pot effect just going and cooking, it may actually be just fine just to let it cook and sit for a couple of years. And if things do pick up later on in the future, by all means, great, more power to you. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you today, was these kind of 10 main truths that most people aren't aware of and they kind of don't see it. And especially if you're trying to make your first dollar online, or you're trying to get an online business going, whether that's through a blog, creating video courses, ebooks, affiliate marketing, whatever the scope is, it really takes a lot of time, energy, commitment, and you can't expect to make dollars as quickly as maybe you perceive in some of the videos that are exciting and super remarkable, or the ads that you see that, hey, turn this around in 24 hours or start getting sales immediately. It takes a lot of hard work to make it happen, and you got to think of your whole construct as a business. It's not just like a one-off thing, like not just YouTube, not just a course, not just a book. It's all of those things together making it your business. So anyways, I hope these things opened up your mind, and feel free to grab some freebies on our website at backstageincome.com.